squad takes coffee very seriously.
Yeah.
What's your coffee order?
An oat cappuccino.
Safe, delicious.
Safe. It's safe.
I like the oat.
Yeah. The milk does not sit very well with me. If you want to actually stay out with me, do not get me on the milk. No,
We're going straight home after the
Straight home. I was like,
guys.
The official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the official Man City podcast. I'm your host, George Kelsey, joined by our other host, Liam Loftus.
Thank you very much for having me. Excited for this one.
Yeah, how are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How have you been?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Like you, very excited for this one with Kerstin. I mean, what a character.
I have got a lot of questions that maybe aren't football related, might be mainly cat related, but you know, it's all about getting to know her a bit better.
Yeah, so she's got Kiwi and then she's got another cat a few weeks ago. I can't remember the name, but yeah.
A cat for a cat. Unbelievable.
Exactly. Yeah, cat squared. You gotta do it.
Let's get into the podcast.
Kerstin Casparij on the latest episode of the official Man City podcast.
Casparij making the overlapping run. Here she is. She's into the box. Shaw coming up to it. Bunny Shaw wheels away in celebration. Looks to have got the final touch. But what about the build-up as well? Casparij showing great acceleration to come onto the ball. And Manchester City women get in front. Manchester City 1, Brighton 0.
Kerstin, thanks so much for joining us on the official Man City podcast. I know me and Liam are both dead excited about this one. I just wanted to start. Well, the only place to start is about your captions.
Yep.
They are phenomenal. I've written a few
Thank you.
down. So we always do Liverpool when we beat Liverpool
Yeah.
at Anfield. Stop Hammer Time against West Ham. Personal favourite for me when we beat Arsenal in the FA Cup last year. Sun's out, Gunners out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
Arsenal
one's
fans
good.
loved it as well, which surprised me.
Did they?
Yeah, I got loads of fun reactions from them.
No,
so
that's all right then.
turns out it's
Real recognise real, I guess.
Yeah. Game.
It's like, hey, fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Do you come up with them yourself, or do
Yeah.
you have any players sort of give you suggestions, or is it just purely your brain?
No, to be fair, the girls have stayed away from it. Any suggestions about it? I get loads of fans that send me like DMs like, oh, this will be funny. And there are a lot of good suggestions, so sometimes I write them down. But no, I come up with them myself. Some come really easily.
Yeah.
Like the Liverpool just came in straight away. But some others take a bit longer. But no, I come up with them myself.
How long does it kind of take you? Is it one where if you're on the bus back from a game or something, you kind of quiet and everyone's like, oh, Kirsten's really thinking about this.
Headphones in.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
Eminem.
Yeah.
Right in a way.
We can really tell when she is thinking, when she is not thinking. No, usually in the week leading up, or sometimes from like because we always play the same teams in the league, so I got a couple written down. If I don't use one, then I use the other. Sometimes something happens. I try and mix it up with a song every now and again.
Yeah.
So with the West Ham one, I think I did Bristol last year.
Yeah,
Had a little
Nelly
song.
Furtado, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Niche. Love that.
Yeah. So I try and mix it up at times. Yeah, someone suggested to me to do it on AI. I've never done that before, so
Don't do it.
maybe try it. And if it's like really bad, then people can just like slack me off. in the
I think you
comments.
need the human touch.
Do you have like a log of them? Because like you said, you play the same teams. Have you got bars ready to go?
Yeah, like some like my notes app. I write down my notes. Like last year, I played Tottenham like 3 times, in like say
Yeah.
2 weeks. That was hard. That was really. I was like, God, what am I gonna come up with now? And people were tweeting about it as well, and it was really funny.
Yeah. Do the players look out for them as well? Do they kind of come to you during the week or after a game and be like, what are you thinking today?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes the girls are kind of like just leaving it down. It's like, oh, this girl with the captions again. But some opposition players sometimes come up to me and say, oh, like, loved your caption. Oh, that was really funny. And yeah, always appreciate it. I'm always here for the bands. So
Do you feel the pressure now though? Now you've hit a few out the park. You're like, oh gosh, it's like the second album when people are waiting for it, the pressure's on.
is she
You're
going
like,
to be
gotta
a
deliver.
one-hit wonder? Or it's actually no. To be fair, like I'm just really enjoying it. And yeah, I don't really think too much about it. It's just something I like doing, and some really go well, and people love them, and some others people still like them, but are not as good, and no, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can't hit it out of the park every week.
Yeah, you can't ever hit a 6 off every ball. I think,
Nah.
is the way.
Sometimes just stay in, not out. That's fine.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. It's the student 7, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what I say.
True. It's true. Do you have a personal favourite or one that you kind of you put it down? You're like, that's a banger. I love that one.
I loved the Bristol one from last year with the song. That was really good. The Liverpool I really liked. To be fair, I've got quite a few though.
Yeah.
That I enjoy. I just enjoy doing it. It's really fun.
And are you going to do a Captions Cup again? Because you did one
Yeah,
last year.
I'm doing
didn't
a
you?
Captions Cup again.
Nice.
It might look slightly different, where people actually can bring in their own captions on certain pictures, but I'm working on the setup. But definitely something coming up around December time.
Fantastic.
Festive. Nice.
Festive, yeah.
Don't just look forward for Christmas.
Yeah.
We've got more to
Captions
come.
Cup, something to win in there as well. So
Oh, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Well worth it. I suppose it kind of ties into the fact that you might not like hearing it. I don't know sort of how you feel about it, but like you are a bit of a cult hero at City already, I'd say. The fans love you, and it's quite clear that you love the club as well. With the fans and everything, do you think that's something that you've developed over time, or did you kind of get here and just immediately just connect with it in some way?
I think we definitely instantly connected. Obviously, it grew over time. I think stuff like that needs to grow over time, and I think the love is reciprocated, like from me to the fans, from me to the fans in the club, and from the club and our fans back to me. And I think we've just got a good connection. Everyone's just really chill, up for the bands, and I'm the same. So I always try and make some time for everyone, get some interactions online, which they're so funny, they're dead funny. So it's my absolute pleasure. So yeah, it's good to see that people love me, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't really explain it, but something about you feels very Manchester.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like the fans have gravitated towards you. I don't know what it is. You just feel so Manchester, which
Thank
is
you.
I don't. Do you know what I mean? I can't really articulate it, but
Yeah.
You kind of don't take yourselves too seriously.
Yeah.
You're
No.
up for a laugh, chat to anybody.
I think the most important thing for me, especially online, like a lot of people look up to players, and I've learned that a lot of people might look up to me, which I obviously find very weird because I'm just a regular 24-year-old just playing football. But the big thing for me is I want people to be able to relate to me and to be able to, if we just see her in a coffee shop, just can have a coffee with me. And I think that's the biggest thing, to be relatable and to be approachable as well. And it's fun for me. I love fan interactions, and everyone's so nice. Like if I go into town, people always come up to me. They're always nice. I'm always in for a chat. So I also can't say I've got any bad experience with anyone.
That's good. Where do you think that comes from? Is it something that you've maybe just grown up with, being someone that's approachable, or was there like an inspiration when you were younger that you've kind of followed in their footsteps and how they interacted with people?
Not really. I think just my personality, I guess. I just love connecting with people, and I'm always just up for a chat. I'm not very shy or anything. So I think just as something, the way I am around the girls and the team, with my partner, with my family, I also want to be the same when people in the street come up to me or fans come up to me. I think that's normal. We're all people, and I don't really see a need to be different with them as I would be with my own friends.
Talk about Manchester. We've said that you remind us of a Mancunian. How?
Get in.
Yeah.
Get in. Go on then. Buzzing.
What about the city? Like, what do you enjoy about Manchester as a city, and have you enjoyed being here so far?
Oh, I absolutely love Manchester. I live city centre, so like everything's walkable. And I just love going into town for like a coffee or a sweet treat, a croissant. I try and avoid Market Street at all times because that gives me so much anxiety. God.
It's like a Pokemon battle all the time.
Oh,
you look eyes
yeah.
with someone and it's a Pokemon
Yeah,
battle. I was like,
you
"Oh,
could just
please."
feel when you're coming within like a 1 mile radius of Market Street. You just feel yourself tensing up.
It's like a sensory overload.
Yeah, definitely. No, I love the city. Loads of fun stuff to do. My girlfriend and I go out all the time, just different things. Go out to do a little escape room or something, or go out to the Everyman, which we absolutely love. Love the Everyman. It's just so many things to do. Everyone's so nice, so chill, not too busy. Having a blast.
Coffee and a sweet treat is
Coffee
the
and a
most
sweet treat.
relatable thing
Oh yeah,
in the
croissant.
world, right? Just delicious, easy, amazing. I know the squad takes coffee very seriously.
Yeah.
What's your coffee order?
An oat cappuccino.
Safe, delicious.
Safe. It's safe. Yeah, it's safe. Can do no wrong. Almost can do no wrong.
Oat as well, though. I like the oat.
Yeah.
Yeah. the milk does not sit very well with me. If you want to actually stay out with me, do not get me on the milk. No,
You're going straight home after the speech.
Straight home. I was
Sorry,
like,
guys.
Yeah, stay close to home if I'm having milk. No, yeah, oat cappuccino. Love to go to Pollen. Pollen Bakery is one of my favorites. My girlfriend used to live in Ancoats, so near the marina.
Yeah,
so it
nice.
always got. I was like, can we just pop down for a pollen croissant and a little coffee?
I remember when I first started here at City, I dived out for lunch once and went to Pollen, just quickly grabbed something and came back.
Everyone swears by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire
It's
lunch
one of
break
the spots,
gone,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Worth
it.
And
Eat
always a
your
queue.
desk.
Always a queue.
Yeah,
Always a queue.
so good.
But that's good.
You mentioned Everyman. Are you a bit of a film buff then?
Not really, to be fair. Like, I can't sit still. I don't know if you've noticed me moving around.
Go like that.
I'm terrible at sitting still. So if we want to watch a movie, my girlfriend just takes me to the Everyman, so then I don't have a choice but to actually sit down, and then like I get distracted by getting myself a little popcorn, a drink. But I love going out for a film, but staying inside, too many distractions. So
You're all about the experience of a film.
yeah, basically I get forced to shut up and sit down. And that's, I think, what my partner prefers. Fair enough.
But then talking about staying in, Liam and I were chatting about your cats before you came in. Yeah, because you obviously had Kiwi, didn't you? But then you've got a new one in the last few weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, we got a little red Maine Coon called Mango. So they are so cute.
They're big cats though, right?
Maine
Maine Coons are big
yeah,
cats.
he's like 4.5 months old, but he's almost as big as Kiwi, which is just a full-sized ragdoll. Yeah, so that's going to be fun because he's going to be like a medium-sized dog.
So I was on your Instagram and I was looking at the pictures and I was like, is that a big cat or is that the angle? And I was like, maybe it's both. And I was like, I'm going to ask. I'm definitely going to ask.
Yeah, my girlfriend, because I told like, we were speaking about getting a little brother for Kiwi because we felt he needed a bit of a playmate when we're out for work.
Yeah.
We don't want him to be on his own. We're moving into a house as well in the next few weeks. So like, bigger space, we can get him a brother. And we're like, okay, what breed do we want? We wanted a rat cat. So like with ragdolls, we love the ragdolls, but they don't really come into different colours. They're usually wide bicoloured.
Yeah.
So I said, I'd love a Maine Coon, and they really fit us and our cat as well. So we went for a red Maine Coon, and then he was like, it was tiny, which is cute. And now 4.5 months old, he's almost as big as Kiwi. And my girlfriend turned to me and was like, he is really going to be big, isn't he? And I was like, yeah, you knew that. She's like, I didn't realise how big you were talking.
I think we've got a lion. What's going on?
Yeah, it's like you can literally like go out, put them on the leash and take them for a walk. So yeah,
I was going to ask about that. That's mega. Why, how, when did that start? Walking your cats on the leash.
Well, because when I got Kiwi, I was on my own. So I was on my own living in Manchester, single. So when I went away for Christmas, I was going to go away for 2 weeks. So I didn't want Kiwi to stay here, which meant he was going to fly back to the Netherlands. So if you have him in the airport, it's easier for you to be able to just walk him around instead of him sitting in his carry-on and not being able to let him out. So that's initially why I put them on the leash, because then you could just walk around, and even if he wanted to be out, you could just tie him to a chair and he wouldn't walk away. So that's initially why I started doing it. But then in the summer when he was over with my parents, he'd just like walk around the backyard with like a long leash, so you could still see where he was.
Yeah.
He's not escaping. He's not a predator. He's not he's
can
not doing
explore and
anything. He
take
loves
his time.
exploring, and there was a frog once, and he like went after the frog, and then the frog turned around and jumped at him, and he just like ran inside. Like I was like, you are not made for the outside, bruv. Stay inside, man. But yeah, that's initially how I started leash training.
And how's he taken having Mango around?
Oh, in the beginning he was not. You know when kids. I mean, I'm the oldest of 3 kids, so I've got 2 younger brothers. And when I got my brother, I was like, nah, not having him. Not having him. Same was with Kiwi. He was like, nah, this is not my brother. And but after 5 days, he got over himself, just like I did.
Yeah.
And he now loves him.
You get on with it. See, I'm the youngest, so my sister probably was saying the same thing about me.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I'm very much on the 2 pets though. Like I got my dog a dog. You
Yeah.
got your cat a cat, and it's like everyone's going to be friends because this is what I want.
Yeah.
And you'll live here.
Yeah.
So you're going to be friends.
You do not have a
trust me.
choice here.
Gonna have to do that as well. I've only got one at the moment, dog.
got
Needs-
Oh, they love it.
He needs one, yeah.
They love
I
it.
need little buddies, you know,
And it's
all
so
big
cute.
buddies.
And, like when they like lie together, they're like playing together, you're like taking pictures of them, and it's really cute. Yeah.
You proper feel like it's proper having a kid, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
real responsibility and a lot of pride when they do something
Yeah.
good in public. You're like, well done.
I feel a bit embarrassed, because I always said I never understood why people have kids, and then they take pictures of them, like show everyone. I'm like,
I do that.
Yeah.
and now I've got a cat, not even a kid. I've got a cat, and every time, like, look at them making biscuits, look at them cuddling. Look, here they are spooning.
Did you
And
say
all
look at them making biscuits?
Yeah,
I was thinking,
kneading, making biscuits.
I think it's worse when you compare them to children. When someone's like, "Oh, my child was walking at a year old," and I'm like, "Bro, my dog was swimming like
Yeah.
the day I got him.
Yeah.
Like he was active early.
Yeah.
Trust me."
Yeah, your
and you're like,
child-
"This isn't a competition. Don't worry, just let it go."
Yeah, do
My
you
dog was toilet trained in 2 weeks.
Yeah. My cat doesn't scratch the sofa. He's so good. No, it's bad because I refer to him as like, oh, I've got to get home to the boys. And when people meet me for the first time, so if we've got new staff coming in, they're like, do you have a kid? And I'm like, I've got a cat.
You're like,
The same
yes.
thing.
Yes, I do have a kid.
A 1-year-old.
Amazing. Let's move on to you as a player on the pitch. We've talked about you obviously connecting with the City fans. I think the one that connects most is the derby. We play against United, and let's say you bloody love a derby, don't you?
I do bloody love a derby. A bit too much sometimes.
But like, where does that passion come from? Is that something that's just from being a City player, getting into the derby, or is it something that just because you connect with the City, you kind of feel it even more in that sense?
I think the latter, like when I joined City, obviously coming from the Netherlands, I didn't really have that derby passion because I just didn't grow up with it. So I hadn't really had that in my career up to coming to City. And we played the first one, and I've kind of got the hang, like, oh, like this is fun. I actually really dislike United. Oh, this is fun. And obviously the longer I was here and the more I connected, the more I felt like this is home, the more I felt that sort of passion coming through. And I'm quite a passionate girl on the pitch anyway. So yeah, it kind of just built up. So that every derby we play now, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Is it like infectious amongst the team? Like obviously you join and it's like, oh, look, when we play United, it's tasty.
Yeah.
It's a derby, and you're like, all right, like,
Yeah.
let me have a bit of that there.
Oh yeah, like obviously every game's so important to us, but when it's a derby, there's just an extra little feeling like, oh, we've got to make Manchester blue. Got to make sure the City is our colour, stays our colour. Yeah, so that's the extra little bit.
Do you have a favourite result or game against United that you've been in so far?
I think was it the 3-1 Old Trafford? Was it 3-1?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
About this time last year,
That was
wasn't it?
nice. Yeah, that was good. I love because I remember saying to my family, it was like the best thing about it is when we came on for the warm up, and the stadium was already quite full, and they were just like booing us and shouting at us, and we just came on, and I just love that. It's getting me riled, just trying to rile us up, and I just love that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that one away from home was really good.
I think Chloe said something similar. I think she was talking about the game, and I think Bunny said to her, because they were giving us
They give
loads.
us so
of
much
it.
crap, but it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
and that's where we should go. And I love that about the women's game, and especially now being in like the biggest stadiums, but in derbies like that, they should give you a bit of grief. It's normal, obviously up to a certain point, but yeah, I think it's very normal, and yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it kind of helps as long as it, like you say, it stays within reason. It doesn't cross a line. It adds more to a game anyway, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Generally,
You go
the
to some
atmosphere.
places and it's intimidating. You're like,
Yeah.
because people can shrink, but like if you love it, you love it, and you're like, I need this all the time. Like this is
Yeah.
gonna get me going, and
Yeah.
it's just
Especially when it's like surrounds the pitch so much, like everywhere you go, they're just people, and there's so much noise. Yeah, really love it.
I got told off at Chelsea last year in the press box when we scored, because it was like surrounded and we scored. I was like, come on, and then looked around and was like, oh, I've got all my City
it's
stuff.
like popping champagne.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, whoa, man.
Flares.
Imagine. Just as you're writing away. Sorry, I can't see.
No, you've got to have it, haven't you?
Yeah.
You have
Part
to
of
have
football.
It's part of it's emotion, it's passion, and I think that's the nice thing about it.
it. Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
Definitely. Do you think as well, because it seems like a really tight squad, everyone seems to get on with everybody, so there's a bit more investment in wanting your mates to do well as well, so going into those big games, does that maybe add something to it as well?
Yeah, I think one of our strengths is that we're such a tight group, and I've seen people on Twitter call us Kids FC or Family FC. And I think that's what you want to be that's what you want to be known as. Like, it's so important for us to get on, especially with the amount of games, the high pressure of games, to be so comfortable within the group that you're working in, because it can be a very anxious experience at times if you're going into the stadiums and you know that you're going to be within a group that's just going to have your back and that's going to support you and that wants you to do well. Then that makes it so much easier. So creating that comfort zone that we have within the group, it's so good. Like against Barcelona, you can just see all of us being so calm and confident and comfortable within, like, without around each other. And even the girls that do come onto the pitch, they just fit straight in. And I think all of that, a large part of that starts off the pitch.
Yeah.
And then it translates onto it.
That was such a good game, wasn't it? That Barca game.
Unbelievable.
It was mad.
Like, it was... It's like that cliche, and it's like Champions League nights under the lights.
No, but they are.
That is it, though. That's the game, right?
Yeah.
You watch and you're like, wow, this is unbelievable.
It's a different... I love night games, especially home in the Joy Stadium, because the way the light hits the pitch and then the people in the stands, it's just a different atmosphere. And I looked up to my family because I always know where they sit, and my mom was just like giving a thumbs up. But no, that was a very special evening.
Yeah, it was incredible.
It was unbelievable.
Absolutely amazing. There's another, obviously, opponent in our groups, Hammarby, and it's where Julie is now.
Juju.
So will it be nice to see her again and catch up?
Yeah, I already spoke to Juju. It'll be nice to see her. I asked if she's gonna stay afterwards, but which unfortunately she isn't.
Yeah.
But she'll be there the day before, so see if I can get her out of her hotel.
Yeah.
Go for a coffee.
Nice.
Very excited to see her. Doing very well, so I'm very pleased for her.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you've seen some of the followings that Hammarby have had.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Especially probably they'll come to our game as well, away. But like the big, what do you call it?
The tifos they had at home.
They're mad.
Wicked.
And they actually have flares, I think.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. No, that's cool. That'll be really, really fun experience to play there.
Yeah, incredible. Let's rewind right back to the start of your City career.
A little full circle moment.
Exactly.
Nice. George.
I know. Oh, what can I do?
Do you do this more often? Or?
Yeah, let's keep this on track. We talked about counts for 15 minutes. You obviously joined in a season where a lot of players had left that summer. There was a couple of retirements. It was a new squad and everything. But what do you remember from those first few weeks when you joined? Because I imagine coming in as a right back, and I mean, Lucy Bronze has just left. You're kind of coming in there. How did you feel about it? What was sort of your expectation of what was coming?
It was a big change, especially for the girls that were already here. Having so many young players, foreign players coming in was a really big shift. And I knew coming in here that they had a long-term plan, and I think I fit into that, and they thought at that time, and I still think that. So me coming in, obviously I wanted to perform straight away, but also I saw the bigger picture, and I knew I signed for 3 years. I've got at least a season to adapt, obviously from the Dutch league to the English league, adapt to the style of play that we have, because it's, especially as a young player, it can take a bit of time to fit into that and to really nail it. So I think I've been very patient with that, and just trying to enjoy it, trying to make sure I take everything in, ask loads of questions, listen to the girls, and just experience it. And I think it's worked out really well for me.
It's a really mature mindset, because you were young when you first came over.
I was 21.
Yeah, and like you said, replacing Lucy Bronze, there could have been a danger of you trying to put so much pressure on yourself to hit the ground running. And then we've spoken about before, it's when you make mistakes, it's when you put pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
And to be able to see the bigger picture, know it's going to take you a year, is incredible.
Yeah, and I feel with thinking that way, I took the pressure off myself. And obviously Lucy has been such a big name in the game for so long. So a lot of people asking me, oh, you're going to replace her straight away. Like, I knew a lot of people were going to be looking at me. So, but I also knew I've got 3 years. And when I spoke to Gareth before signing, we spoke about, okay, where we're going to be in the summer of 2025, which is upcoming summer, and what are the goals for then? And we just work towards that rather than what do we expect straight away. So I think he's been very patient with me as well and looking at the bigger picture, which obviously helps me staying in that mindset. And it's not been easy. Like, I've been on the bench quite a bit. The second season, I think I didn't play the first half of my second year. Like, I didn't start any games. So in those periods, you really it's really challenging to stick to your principles and stick to, okay, I'm doing this for a reason, stick to it, but it's paid off, looking where I am now.
Yeah, absolutely. And how were the girls who were at City before you joined when yourself and others came in? Because, as you said, it was a long-term vision, but it was a difficult start, wasn't it? Going out to Real Madrid and then first 2 WSL games not going to plan. How were the girls with all of you and sort of going in the right direction?
They were really good. I think they were obviously not very happy with it. I think we finished 4th that season as well. So missing out on Champions League the following season was not what they wanted, not what the new girls wanted either. But then there's some, obviously, last season, only one change. I think Ras going out and then Jill coming in. That's when things really start to fall into place. And I think we've been very patient with that. And we had to be. I think one of the things Gaz always says, like, stick to it, trust what we do, be patient, it will come. And so far he's been so spot on with that, and I think we just followed that. So the first year was really hard. Like, we wanted so much more, we expected so much more, and then completely missing everything, which I think we did, was a blow. So us doing so well last year really gave us a lot of confidence going into this season.
Was it a bit of almost a proven right idea that it was well worth sticking with it? Because, like you say, last season was, I know, again, would have wanted to have got some silverware, but what a step up and what an incredible season it was generally. Yeah,
and especially knowing that the way we play is so a very distinctive style. I think is the right way to say it. I don't think a lot of teams play the way we play. So I think with that, we almost forget, like, we want to win the silverware, but we're also very pleased with the way we are playing. So hopefully this year we can completely finish everything off and give the fans something to cheer about.
And for you personally, last season, as you said, you became a regular sort of midway through the season and been there ever since, one of the first names on the team sheet. How was it for you developing, and did you feel like it was a real switch for you in your career, getting that regular time?
Yeah, like I was not very happy, obviously, being on the bench. No one is. And I think that's the biggest challenge, just how do you get through those periods? Because everyone gets that. I think it's very normal in a player's career that you get benched for an X amount of time. And I think when that happened to me last season, I really try not to think about it too much and to just do what's being asked, work very hard, not waste any training sessions, and just wait until I get my opportunity. And I got my opportunity to start the league games. So we've got kind of the cup team and then the league team at some point. And I think I started against Everton like last season before Christmas, and did well and have been playing ever since. But I mean, I've been pushing as well. I needed regular game time, and luckily they convinced me that it was going to happen here at City, so I could stay, which I was very happy about. So yeah, no, major switch.
Yeah, you spoke about the style of play, and I feel like it's something everyone always talks about when you talk about City. Was that a driving factor for you when you decided to join the club?
Yeah, definitely. As a fullback, I like to be able to get the ball a lot. So being in a ball dominant team with a lot of possession was definitely something I really wanted. And I just saw here at City the way that we train and the way that Gas spoke about football and his understanding. I thought I need to go here because it will just make me such a better player in technical ability, but also tactical ability, maturity. So I felt in every single aspect this was the best way for me to go as a young player. So yeah, no, the style of play is just, I think the way we have to be so calm and composed and tidy at the back it's just good for any defender to experience.
Is it unique as well, being a fullback at City, do you think, compared to other places, in terms of what's expected of you?
Yeah, I think you've got to be very, very versatile. You've got to be able to play deeper in the free, or play really high, or play inside. So I think we've got to read the game well to know what is needed for us in the build-up. And we are building, and we're not just kicking the ball long. So a lot is asked from us to help out the centre-backs, or to help out the wingers. And I think there's almost no place like City in that respect.
I remember one of the first times we spoke, we did like a little like Q&A about like your teammates, who's this, who's that, and it was who's the quickest. And I remember everyone, when you do that, who's the quickest, it's almost always Lauren Hemp.
Yeah.
And you went, me, I'm backing myself here.
Yeah.
Like a bit tongue in cheek, but then I was like, really? And then I actually saw you can shift, can't you?
Yeah, I'm quick. I'm always trying to raise tempo in training sessions.
Have you had that race yet? Because it was you, Lauren, and Hayley, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was me, Rassin, Hempy. I think Hempy and I are different type of quick. Hempy is like the first 5 to 10 meters. She's rapid.
Yeah.
She's so rapid.
Yeah, her first step.
But I think if we go a bit longer, definitely can have a little race.
So like 100 meters, for example, that's going to be a tasty race.
But
that.
she's so rapid. So I'm very happy she's on my left wing and she's not the left winger I am versing.
Yeah. Do you sometimes have to come up against her in training then, I imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to make her go back. It's like sometimes I say, Happy, not today, bruv. Go back.
Just take it easy.
Take it easy.
Let's not stretch them too
Look
much.
after your hamstrings. We need those hammy squat.
I think she's been incredible this season.
Oh, she's been so
already ridiculous, but this year she seems to have gone up a level.
Yeah. Again, I'm so happy she's on our team. That I don't have to verse her. No, she's obviously so fun to work with. She's so chill, but on the pitch, she just goes mental on the pitch. Like, she's so calm and so chill off the pitch, and then once she gets on, she's like a monster.
Her intensity is
It's
unbelievable.
mad, but even defensively, like the times I've played at fullback this year, I'm like, I just always know Hempo's there, and like that's not always something you expect from a winger to do, to actually do the defensive duties. So yeah, no, nothing but praise for our Hempy.
Yeah.
Barcelona, she was unbelievable.
She was
like you're watching, and I was like, I'm asthmatic. I was like, I can feel my ribs getting
Yeah.
tight here.
Do you want one of
it.
my lungs?
I was like, maybe an inhaler for you, perhaps. I was like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable.
There was actually a stat from that game. Please indulge me with stats because I love them. I've got my paper. I'm going to keep it going as best I can. She made 6 tackles in that game, and it was the most of any player across that Champions League week. So any player, any position, any game.
As a winger as well.
She made more tackles as a winger.
As a winger, you've got no right to do that.
How mad
like
is that?
effort level is just next level.
So as a fullback, when you're playing on the left, having her in front must be a dream.
Oh, it's a dream. Oh, definitely. Both attacking, defensively. I know if she has the ball and I need to overlap, I know I've got to be quick. Otherwise, there's no chance. I'm trying to overlap, but she like outruns me. I'm like, wait for me.
Stop it.
Hempo, just stand still, please.
I suppose that's the beauty of our wingers, though, because I mean, Mary, Chloe, Alba, they all bring different things.
Yeah.
So as a fullback, do you kind of have to change your game slightly depending on who's in front of you to bring the best out of them?
Yeah, I think so, especially because Alba, Chloe and Mazzy mostly predominantly play on the right. So me being a right back, there is a difference to playing with either of them. So yeah, I do obviously change my game plan a little bit. No, Mazzy is really wants to have it in the feet.
Yeah.
It's so good at both left and right. Can do literally anything.
It's just that little flick.
Sometimes with Mazzy, just like give it to her and just stand. Like, have fun. You just dribble past 6 people. It's fine.
Get out of jail for free.
Yeah.
Here, take that. See you later.
I need a breather. Just have the ball.
Yeah, and with Chloe as an unreal cross. So I know with Chloe, sometimes instead of overlapping, just go in the box, trying to get a shot from the second line. Albie as well, really good 1v1.
Yeah,
is good in behind a defense as well. Makes the runs there. So yeah, everyone brings something different. I think that's what we need as well.
Yeah, I think there's other teammates wanted to talk about are your fellow Dutchies. So you signed, you were the only one, and now you've got 2 more.
Everyone comes now. I'm here.
Yeah,
trendsetter.
I told the girls, don't forget who GOG is here. No, we all love Viv and Joe, but don't forget who the real one is. The first one. Well, actually, it's Tess Middag, but
yeah, true.
To be fair, but out of the 3 of us, I was here first. Yeah, no, it's good to have some other Dutchies here. I think it's fun to speak some Dutch in training. same mentality, same humor, which is funny. Just take the mickey out of people and stuff. It's really good to have him here.
It seems to connect quite well with, as we've said earlier, Manchester humour. Just sort of no one's safe, but it's all gentle at the same time.
Yeah, but it's all banter. Like, it's nothing is too serious. We're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you feel they've each brought, Jill and Viv? I know Viv obviously at the moment's in recovery, but she had a really strong start playing in midfield, and I mean, same with Jill. We all know what they both bring.
Yeah.
But how much of a growth do you think they've brought to this team?
Oh, so much. Like with Viv, obviously, the goal contributions she brings when she is fit, like, massive, and something we will really, really need. And obviously, it's such a shame that she is out now, but hopefully that'll make sure she's ready all throughout the second half of the season, which is when we need her. The little end sprint, we need her to bang in all the goals. And with Jill, luckily being back with us again, and such a shame she was out with her ACL, but like the way she's done her recovery and how quick she's done it, so quick, but a lot of that is up to her and how hard she's worked. And obviously we've seen her doing her rehab, and so happy for her that everything went so well, and basically going back in with us and being almost the same level that she left, which is so impressive. But I think that says everything about her and her quality. Getting a couple of goals in, scored the last four goals, 4 games again, something like that.
Flying.
Talking about the stats. But no, it's so good to have them both, and I think they are real assets to this team, and hopefully give us that push this year to win the league. That'll be fun.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully
Fingers crossed.
Watching this back in May going, predicted it.
She was right.
Talking about the league, I feel like in the WSL at the moment, well, you looked at last season, you have to be perfect, which is a crazy thing to think about. And having gone so close last year, the mentality in the changing room, is it higher pressure? Do you guys know now, like, look, we can't afford any slip ups, like, we've got to go out and we've got to win every game, like, and then you're also paying attention to Chelsea constantly as well, or is it just let's just play?
For me, it's let's just play. I don't feel like there's any anxiety in the group when it comes to winning. I think we obviously know there's no room for slip-ups, but slip-ups also happen. So I think not being afraid of that is the best way to go. And we're very confident in what we do against Villa as well. When we concede, we stay very calm, and we know if we do what we do and we keep pushing it, we will get there. So I think that level of confidence that we have is very important. Obviously, we see Chelsea doing well as well, but the other way around, they see us doing well.
Yeah.
So I think it goes both ways, and it'll be interesting to see the game we will play against them on the 16th.
Yeah, I suppose, like, as you said, going behind against Villa, going behind against Liverpool, that mindset of never knowing when you're beaten seems like something that is quite undervalued, actually. But it seems like this team's got that and had it last season as well.
Yeah, it's just a bit of belief and just calmness as well. And we know we've got incredible players up top with Bunny banging them in as well. Gianna coming back, Jessie have some screamers, and then and our wingers, Hempy, obviously, Mazzy, Alba, Chloe, all doing so well. So we trust them from the back, that giving them the ball, even if it's 90+3, they will finish it off for us, and they have so far. So it could be nothing but happy.
I feel like fans lend into it as well. Like, when you're calm on the pitch, even if we're a goal down, I feel calm. I'm like, oh, okay, you're not panicking, so there's no need for me to panic. And I think when everyone's all pulling in the same direction, like the stadium, the team, it is much easier to, like, oh, well, we'll get a goal, we'll get chances, because there is a tendency to get worried and panic. And it's like, and if you feel it, like, it seeps into the team, and it's like, okay, but if everyone's level,
we're calm.
And
I feel still like when I speak to my partner, who's especially when I'm always in the stands, she just, after games, after the Villa game and after the Liverpool game as well, she's like, I was stressing so much. Everyone around they were stressing. And I was like, why? Because we were so calm. And I think it really works when we talk about making it like a half pitch practice, basically making sure we're on their half of the pitch and just like, just smothering them. And I think when it's like that, then our fans can sit back down and just wait for us to score, I guess.
Yeah. Is it something you talk about as players, just like staying relaxed and calm, or is it something that has come from having the same players for the last 2 or 3 years, winning games, playing well? Like, where does it come from?
I do think it's something that's developed over last season, and obviously a lot of us, we've had some changes over the summer, but a lot of us, I think a big group is still the same.
Yeah.
So all the girls that came in, we kind of tried taking them into that. So we're calm, they're calm, and even at half time when we're doing well, even if we're 1-0 down, we come in, obviously we need to tidy up and things need to change, and obviously there is a conversation, but also everything's like, if we do this and this better, this is going to be our game, we're going to walk away with the 3 points. So I think it's a calmness that has developed, and yeah, the new girls have been really good in adapting into that.
Yeah. How do you feel the start has gone? How are you feeling personally at this point in the season?
Yeah, I feel good. To be fair, I don't think too much about it. All I think about is just, we've got Tottenham at home Friday, need to win that, and then I'm thinking about my day off. What we're gonna do on my day off.
So real, so real.
Yeah. I try not to think, and I think that works the best for me. When I don't think, I'm on my best off the pitch, on the pitch. I'm no faults, just vibes.
Have you always been like that? Like growing up in football to where you are now, has it always been just play the game, don't think about it too much?
I think it's something that I've developed and taught myself as I got older. I think there is obviously a lot of anxiety that I have had when I was younger, going into, I have to perform, I have to do this. I can't make any mistakes, obviously, because I'm in the back. And I think since I've obviously came here, but also just growing up, I'm 24 now, like I have quite a bit of experience now. I've just become so much calmer, and just look at the next game, and you can have really good games. You can have games that don't go as well. I think that's part of our jobs. Look at all the other teams. Look at the men's. One game, they're unreal. The other game, they're just good. And I try not to overanalyze that anymore. And that really works for me and makes me feel very happy.
Yeah, it's a good approach to everything, really.
Yeah.
As we said earlier, not hitting a 6 off every ball. If you might
exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. And I feel like if you've got that mindset, then for me, I play so much better. So, yeah.
Yeah. Has that come from right at the start when you were playing football? Like your route into the game, was it just you trying to enjoy yourself, and then from that it then occurring to you, actually I am quite good at this, and going from there?
Yeah, like growing up, I never took it that seriously, to be fair.
That makes people like us cry who are so desperate to be footballers. I took it so serious.
Yeah, like when my youngest brother was like, I want to be a footballer, and I was like, I don't really care. And I was like, from like 18 onwards, I was kind of like, now I can actually make a career out of this. Also, when I was young, there was no women's football. Like you couldn't make any money off of it. So I was just like, I just need to go and work when I finish school. So yeah, I think it was like 18 that I started to actually like be like, this is what I want. And obviously one of the things was going to England and going to play in the WSL, because in my opinion, it's just the best league there is. It's the most competitive one. But my road's not been, it's been quite rocky, especially in my earlier years. So I think having a lot of setbacks mentally makes you so much better, and has made me calm, and nothing can kind of make me wobble, I guess. I've basically almost seen it all, so there's not a lot of things that will surprise me anymore.
What did you do out of school when you were working, or did you go straight into football, did you say?
Straight into football.
Right.
No, I did finished my school, and then once I finished, I went to Twente,
right.
I think. So, and that's obviously where my career kind of started taking off, going into national team, winning the league back-to-back, and then after that, going to City. So when I got out of school, just went straight into football.
So how old were you when you made your debut? Like 15, 16?
In senior football, was 15. Dutch league.
Wow.
15 was little girl.
Do you remember much of it? Like who you were playing and how you were feeling?
I think I came on I think it was one of the, because I was playing in the development squad. So it was my childhood club, Heerenveen, that I've been training with since I was like 13. And then I was turning 15. So I was old enough to go to the seniors. So before that, they did ask, do you want to come and play for us? But I was not old enough, so I wasn't allowed to. So I just stayed with the boys, played with the boys for another year. And then when I was turning 15, went into their like development squad or EDS team. Basically, pretty soon after that, after joining, they needed some girls on the bench. And they're like, you come up to first team, play on the Friday with them, and then play on the Saturday with the development team. And then made my debut and kind of went straight into first team pretty quickly after that. So it went really quickly, to be fair.
Did you have time to dwell on it? Did it feel like a big deal? Was it so quick that it was like, oh, that's happened, on to the next thing?
Oh yeah, like again, I didn't take it as seriously, so I was like,
There's a theme.
like
here.
I just love football. But I never actually thought about it. Like, I want to be making a living. I want to be I didn't know that was, my little brain could not fathom how big it could be. So I was just playing football because I love playing football, and I just had to go to school because I had to go to school, and I just did what I needed to do. And obviously I enjoyed it, and I was so happy that I got to play with the older girls, because it was just a very competitive environment, and you want to play in the highest league there is to play in. And I just loved competing and being like the young one trying to wind all the older girls up and stuff. That's really funny.
Was Viv at Heerenveen, or have I made that up?
She left the season I joined.
Right, okay.
I think she went to Bayern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much like Dutch icon, though. It must be pretty mad. When
Yeah.
you then go and play with her at the international team, and then now as well. Must be a bit
Yeah,
mental.
and it's funny because obviously when I was younger, then I obviously knew of Viv because she played for Heerenveen. I literally, my parents live like a 5-minute walk from where we used to play the games with Heerenveen, where they, I think, still play their games.
Right.
So I always went to watch them. So I've watched Viv playing for Heerenveen, and I was like, that's so cool. She's so good.
Yeah.
She banged in all the goals. That's so cool. Then when I joined Gillette, I was like, such a shame.
Oh, damn.
Caught her eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually caught up with her.
Been chasing her.
Yeah.
I mean, Kerstin, I could talk to you all day. I think we both
Yeah.
could. We are, unfortunately, for us, but you're probably happy, coming towards the end of the
No, we're having
the
a great
on the
time.
podcast. Oh, good stuff.
Having a great time.
We always finish off by leaving a question for the next guest.
Mm-hmm.
But equally, that means that the previous guest has left you a question, and it's your fellow Dutch international, Nathan Ake. Who
I love Nathan.
Have you spent much time with Nathan?
No,
or
not.
chatted to him?
No. I think doesn't he have a young one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave him alone. Yeah, he's got plenty of stuff to do. No, we love Nathan.
Well, you've got 2 young ones.
Very true.
I've got that's actually fair. He actually needs to leave me.
He needs to leave you
you
alone.
needs to leave me alone. If you've got any tips on how to handle, please let me know.
You're like, mine is sleeping through. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I'm not. They're waking me up at 3 a.m.
So Nathan asked you, what's the biggest obstacle you've overturned in your career so far?
I think I luckily, let me knock on wood, have not had
Come
any
in.
big.
Sorry.
knock, who's there? Have not had any big injuries. So I think, other than that, I think being on the bench for longer amounts of time, but spoke about earlier, I think that's the biggest obstacle I've overcome. I think the doubt, the self-doubt that it comes with it is try not to let it get to you, and trying to keep believing in yourself, and also not start doing different things, trying to stick to what you do and what you're good at, and stay calm in those moments. But it was very frustrating.
Yeah.
I think not getting a look in at all at times when you feel like you can contribute. It's one of the most frustrating parts, and I think that's been one of the most difficult things.
Yeah. And then if you could leave a question for our next guest, so we don't know who it is.
Is it going to be Manchester?
It could be a player, it could be one of your teammates, it could be somebody who...
Could be a guess.
Yeah, it could just be a randomer who
Very
likes City.
ambiguous.
Yeah.
Just
Not
you make
like
it
a
sound like
pro-
some random guy,
Yeah, just
random
grab
person
them
we pull
in.
off the street.
Yeah, so like we've had Blossoms in the past, for example, Ricky Hatton. So, any question you'd want to ask them?
What is your favourite coffee place in Manchester?
Nice.
That is a good one.
Very nice.
We will definitely judge you on this. You will
Everyone's
be
gonna
judged.
scared to answer this.
Yeah,
question.
we will be judging you. Judgment Day.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what mine is now, actually. I'll have a think. We can talk about it after this.
Yeah, we talk about off camera.
Yeah.
I don't want to get judged by everyone, so let's just.
Yeah,
let's just-
exactly. Yeah. Costa.
No.
It was
That
a
is-
joke.
Let's get him off for that.
Yeah, I know. Definitely. Well, Kerstin, again, thanks so much for your time. Really enjoyed it, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
The unbeatable official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.